I feel like I'm going to have to shave it all off and start again, but that's not.
Yeah.
Honestly, Tilly.
Some people actually, I met a lady, a lovely girl, a couple of years ago in Brighton, and her hair was matted, and mum had to keep on cutting it down because, you know, mum was white and dad was black, but her daughter's hair was so thick, Afro textured hair, beautiful hair, but she didn't know what to do.
No.
So she had to keep on cutting it down because trying to untangle it, and if you don't untangle it as you go along, it just webs and mats together and becomes locks.
Yes.
You know, and it's very traumatic for the child
and
for the parents who have had so many anxiety-ridden parents.
Exactly. Well, I think as well, when you have issues with your hair, I would go to a hairdresser and say, you know, help, what do I do? And you get the advice and the products and whatever you need there. Yeah. I was taking Tilly to my hairdressers who'd got no experience of working with Tilly's type of hair. Right. And as much as they wanted to help, you know, she'd come with me to begin with to get her first cuts and what have you. But as I said, very different hair there. Yeah. I remember going there where Tilly's hair had got really severely matted. Okay. And I panicked and I went there for help. Yes. And they couldn't even really help me. They helped me as best they could and then said, I'm going to have to say you need to start seeing a specialist hairdresser because this is beyond my knowledge. Living where we live, not being in London, you know, being out in the sticks, the access to knowledgeable hairdressers for Tilly's hair type, very limited. So we were driving for over an hour to go somewhere, which again was more Caucasian curly hair rather than, you know, Afro. And again,
it's not the same, it's very different because our hair it coils up and kinks up. So much so, scientifically, even though the hair structure is made of the same kind of material, it's keratin like nails, but the way the hair coils, it naturally gets very dry as well. Yes. So if you compare European curly hair to Afro mixed race curly hair textures, it's very dry old hair, inherently dry from the time it forms on the scalp. Yes. So if you haven't got the right hydration in the products to begin with, it's drier and drier. So yeah, I feel for you guys.
Yeah. But I think one of the techniques you showed at Pearl Camp was how to take a knot, how to do finger detangle. Yes. And I remember that, and that is something that stays with us now, is the finger detangling. If she gets a mat in her hair now, don't worry. Fantastic. I can be calm. That's I can take some honey rain juice, spray it on, and know that I can gradually work through it, and we have untangled hair.
That's amazing to hear, and it makes me so emotional because so many parents have actually chopped off hair for not having the right product and the right technique. Yeah. And like you said, those two things, it's like it says in the Bible, if you give a man a fish, teach a man to fish, he'll feed many. But if you teach your mum how to tangle, it's a game changer for the children. Yeah.